Hello and thank you for joining me today. We're going to be going through the Storage Fusion Analyze product, looking at the data collection process and using as an example two of our devices here from the Cambridge labs. We have access to EMC VNX unified device, and we're also going to be looking at some Brocade switch fabrics. In order to perform a data collection, you need access to 4 pieces of information. The first being our user guide, which is available to download here on our company portal. We have a quick start guide, which gives you a quick start summary, tells you all the devices and vendors that are supported, along with a script command which is relevant to that device. We also have in here a more detailed data collection guide, which again goes through each vendor and each device that's supported and gives you a step-by-step process to follow to get the data from them. The second piece of information that you need is a collection script. We have either a Windows collection or a Unix collection script, both of which are available to download on the company portal. It's always a good idea to take the latest release from the portal whenever you're going to visit a client site, as it always gives you the latest features and adaptations from the vendors. So always take the latest script. The third thing that you need is access to the P-Link exe, which is a freely downloadable program which you can take from the internet if you Google for P-Link. If you have trouble accessing P-Link or you need any help with it, then we can find an example for it and send it to you as part of our setup process. The fourth and final thing that you need is the SRA host text file. The SRA host text file is set up for each of the format handlers that you're collecting from. Here we can see 2 examples. We have one which is set up here for Brocade and another for VNX. They both hold the IP addresses of the devices, users, passwords, and the format handling information that's required to access those systems. Obviously you can change your users and passwords to meet the client's site requirements. Okay, so we've now got all the information that we need to perform a collection, and we can go ahead and start that collection process. So we start from a Windows command prompt. We go into a directory which I've set up specifically for this example. We have an SFA directory here that I've set up on the C drive. I've created a Brocade one. Within the Brocade one we see our P-Link exe, we see our Windows collection script, and we see our SRA host text file. And it's the same setup here for our EMC VNX collection. We have a P-Link exe, we have our Windows collection script, and we have our SRA host text file. So I've gone into the SFA Brocade to start that first, and the command that we use is SRA_collect. We use the format handler name, so we're going to put in Brocade, and then we give it the target address where we're going to be expecting any collected output to be sent to. So here we're going to be sending to SFA Brocade directory. So we have a confirmation, we're happy to start, yes we are, and the collection process has started here against the first Brocade fabric 168. Now we're going to start the EMC VNX collection. So similar process, we go into the correct folder here, so we're going to SFA VNX, and we're going to go to SRA_collect, and this time it's going to be VNX, and the target directory is C/SFA/VNX. Another confirmation screen, another yes, and we've started collecting against 175. We can have a quick look here at our folders. We can see that for the Brocade devices we've spawned a new folder here, and in the folder we have information which is being collected from that particular fabric. We can see as we click the update button the data is being written into there. We also have in here a log file and a couple of comms files. Similar setup we have in here for the VNX. Again, we've got another new folder, we've got a log file, and we've got some more comms files. Any errors that come up during the collection process would appear in these windows here or in those log files that we saw earlier. Because we're collecting from an EMC unified VNX, we also need to perform an SP collect process, which we're doing here through the standard EMC Unisphere panels. So we're going to go to generate diagnostic files for SPA, have confirmation, and we're also going to need those files from SPB, and another confirmation. Once those files are created, we use the get diagnostic process, browse to the correct target location, and target that information that's now been collected into the correct folders. So obviously here we're going to be looking at SFA, and we're going to be looking at VNX. We're going to collect SP collects, and we'll perform the transfer process. We carry out the same process for the diagnostic files from SPB. Okay, so we're going to have a quick check in our windows here. We can see that we've now moved on to the second brocade fabric, 169, and we can see that verified here. If we have a look in our folders, we can see that we're now collected for 169. Okay, so we can check the process of our collection scripts, and we can see here that our VNX is now completed, and so is our brocade fabric switch. So we can see no error information in here. We can have a quick check and see what our log files say in our brocade switches here. Okay, we have no errors in there, so that's a successful collection. And if we check our VNX, we have the same here, so we have no errors here. The only error we see is for a replicator license which is not enabled or installed. So all of that's fine. Okay, so the final part of our collection process is for us to zip up the information that we've collected, ready to be uploaded onto the company website. So we select the directory that SFA has created, and we use a zip product to create the zip extension file. Here I'm using 7-zip. You do need to use a .zip, otherwise you won't be able to upload them successfully onto our portal. I'm going to give them a more meaningful name so that we know what we're looking at when we come to the upload phase. And we're going to call this brocade zip. So there we have our brocade file that's ready for upload, and it's the same with the VNX. So with the VNX we also need to include those SP collect files that we've transferred, and I've actually already created a version of the SP collect files here, and we're going to create a zip file using those 3 directories. We're going to use Windows zips again, and we're going for add to archive. And here we have our VNX zip file ready for upload. So we have our VNX and our brocade information ready to upload. So we'll be looking at the upload process in the company creation and regions and data centers in the next video. If you need any information on data collection, we have our user guides, or you can contact us through our company website, or ring us up using the telephone number to our support line. Thank you.